Hey everybody, welcome to Wacky Wednesday number 75 on the Mana League. I'm John as always, and there's no flashback drafts, there's no cube or anything going on, so it's going to be more Momir this week, but it's going to be something a little bit special. It's going to be a Momir variant extravaganza. I have my friend from my local game store, Garrett, playing with me, and we're going to play a match of regular old Momir that we all know and love. Match 2 will be a game of the Flottery. We'll talk about that later. And match 3 will be a match of Mojo Stow. We'll talk about that later as well. First up, we're just going to do a regular old match of Momir, and I will see you once the match is ready. All right, here we are. We're good to go. We've won the die roll. We're going to play first, which means we're going to play our first drop on turn 3. We're going to keep, of course, and we're going to go off to the races, hopefully with some good luck. Mountain and a go. And because everybody has asked, I will close the chat, see if that actually gives some extra space to the battlefield. Not really. The cards don't get any bigger, but maybe it is a little bit more visible. So I played a mountain, passed the turn. Let's see what Garrett gets onto. Dwarven Miner, 1/2, 2 in a red, tap, destroy target non-basic land. Well, that's a shame. There's not going to be any non-basic lands. But it is a 1/2. Blocks 1/1s, I suppose. I get myself a 2/1, Vigilance, prevent the next 1 damage that would be dealt to target creature or player this turn. Well, that's kind of cool. Can attack in and then tap to stop itself from taking a damage. Gloom Widow. Good old Shadows over Innistrad / Abyss and Restored Gloom Widow. I think that 1/2 might actually come in at me. It is indeed going to come in at me. And now, of course, because I closed the chat window, Garrett messaged me, and I don't actually know offhand how to open the chat window again. So that'll be something I have to figure out. All right. Gloom Widow. Pretty good 3-drop. Get myself a 3/3 as well. Well, there we go. I think that button will open the chat window. It will. All right, Relief Captain. Jeez. Standard Momir over on that side. Oh, that's a 4/4 that's going to hit me in the face. You got it. All right, 5-drop. Save me. 3/3. Number of cards in hand, so that's going to go low and low and low. As long as you have 4 more cards, that is Vigilance. Whenever it deals damage, if you have 7 or more. Yeah, all right. I will probably just double block that Gloom Widow, because that is going to become incredibly weak and useless very soon. 5-drop on the other side is going to be what? It's going to be Chimney Imp, 1/2 flyer. When it dies, target opponent puts a card from his or her hand on top of his or her library. That's really weak for a 5-drop. What set's that from? Mirrodin? Wow. Doesn't attack. He knows I'll do the double block. Let's see if I can get a 6-drop going here. Ogre Gear Grabber, 4/4. Whenever it attacks, can control target equipment an opponent controls until end of turn, so that's not going to do anything. Attach it to Ogre Gear Grabber. When you lose control of that equipment, not attach it. So it's a 4/4. Just a 4/4. My things are basically vanilla, except this one's a vanilla that's slowly dying. World Gorger Dragon, that sounds bad. 7/7 flying trample. When it enters the battlefield, exile all other permanents you control. When it leaves the battlefield, oh, goodbye lands. Wow. Okay. So that changes his game plan. At least it wiped his creatures, I suppose. 5/5 trample. Yeah. Pass the turn. I'm on a 3-turn clock. 12 damage once that thing dies. Ooh, keeps it up as a blocker. All right. Well, let's make a 7-drop and play the Fluttery here. That's fun. Oh, 8-drop. Sorry, I'm on 8. I forgot my Ground Shaker was a 7-drop. Good old Scornful Egoist. It's going to be quite the stalemate here. Quite the stalemate. So Garrett will be dropping a land a turn and doing nothing. I will be attempting to get an 8-drop that's actually viable. Come on, 8-drop. Be a good one. 7/7. Well, he could get all of his lands back. Why does it look like there's so few lands underneath it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 lands under there. I assume there's more like underneath the dragon card. I just can't see them. That would be my guess anyways. Oh no, it's the 6-drop. So yeah, there's 6. Of course. Siren of the Silent Song. Inspired, each opponent discards a card. Then, yeah, no big deal there. Well, let's put down another 8-drop. I don't necessarily want him to just suddenly have all of his lands back. So 6, 7, 8, 9. He would be on 9. Hey, Vorniclex. That's bad news. Baddest of newses. Yeah, let's come in for 7. Want your lands back? Yeah, you want your lands back. You got your lands. And then I can go for my 50-50 shot at Emrakul next turn. And I get some insects. Yay. You can actually make a 10-drop. Could go for Ulamog or Kozilek. Who's 10? Can't remember. Ulamog, I think. Well, new Ulamog is 10, of course, and new Kozilek is 10 as well. He did not realize what Vorniclex does. Vorniclex does bad things. Let's F7 those triggers. Let's always yield to those triggers. 10-drop, a 3/3. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, that's unlucky. That's unlucky. All right, let's go for it. 16 mana. Let's not pay 16 though, because there are of course no 16 drops. Let's make a 15 drop. Emrakul or Autochron Worm? Autochthon Worm? I have no idea how you pronounce that. Yes, I'll waste that mana. In with the team? Yeah, just in with the team. This is overwhelmingly and somewhat ridiculously in our favor. That World Gorger Dragon's so bad. So bad. Is this lethal? 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 20. Goes to 4? Ah, he's done. Yep. That was unfortunate. That was pretty gross. So we're going to jump back in for game 2 and hopefully have a little bit more of a game. Hopefully no World Gorger Dragons here. All right, so we're going to keep. We are, I assume, drawing first? We are drawing first. So we will play on 2 and see what we can get. I actually saw, so there's been a lot of Momir articles being published lately. I saw one on MTG Goldfish, and I saw one on Newmont Gaming. People are publishing Momir articles, and I saw somebody in the comments trying to justify the 0-drop strategy of playing a couple of 0-drops because you get blockers, and there's a couple of good blockers, even though there's also like something like a 50% chance of hitting an X mana spell that does nothing. I don't really agree with that strategy. 2/1 Skin Thinner, just a 2/1. So it's got a morph cost where it could have Necrotalled, or does Necrotall destroy target non-black, or does Necrotall destroy creature? More recent cards. Dark Ascension. 1/1. Pyreheart Wolf gains creatures you control gain menace until end of turn whenever it attacks. Pretty solid back in the day. Of course, it was better when the Undying worked. Undying does not work in Momir. 3-drop. What do we get? We get a 2/1 pro black flying protection from black. Why does it have double protection from black? What's going on there? I have nothing that's giving it protection from black. That's weird. Huh. Well, it's got double protection from black. So this Heartstabber Mosquito does nothing. 2/2 flyer. Cool. I'll just hold it back to block the mosquito, I suppose. Let's make a 4-drop, and then I think we'll get in with the Skin Thinner. Wickerbound Elder, 3/3. When it enters the battlefield, or it enters the battlefield with a -1/-1 counter on it, pay a green. Remove that to destroy target artifact or enchantment. Cool beans, in for 2. I'll probably throw down a forest at some point, even though Forest Walk is pretty darn bad. In for 2. All right. Okay, 5-drop. What you got? I have no idea why that is like double protection from black. Huh. So weird. All right, 5-drop. Ooh, played a forest. Giving me the free Forest Walk. Karu Dreadmaw, 4/4 defender. Pay 1 and a green, sack another creature. You gain life equal to sacrifice creature's toughness. No attack. Yeah, you don't want to do that. Protection from black. Alright, I don't have a forest yet, so let's play another swamp. 5-drop of our very own. What do we get? We get Resolute Blademaster, double strike to everything. Brarg. In with the 2/1. And then in the air for 4 as well? Sure. Is that an ally? It's a rebel. So there's not many allies after 5, so I don't think Resolute Blademaster is ever going to be triggering again. Maybe I can hit like Chameleon Changeling or something. That's a 6-drop, right? Can't remember offhand. Dead Dreadmaw. And everything's back to being pretty weak. That Menace could actually become in significant trouble if it survives to kind of the 8-drop kind of level of the game. Progenitor Mimic. Oh, good God, no. Oh, no. Are you... you need to have a legal target to be able to remove that counter, right? Correct. Yeah. So I assume he's going to copy Blademaster and give his team double strike every single turn. Progenitor Mimic copies a creature, and then at the beginning of your upkeep, it copies the creature again. It makes another copy of it. Oh, no, he's going to go for the flyer. Interesting decision. I would have gone for the Resolute. Oh, wait. Yeah, it doesn't work in Momir. Does not work in Momir. Because it says if it's not a token, put a token onto the battlefield. And of course, the original Progenitor Mimic is a token in Momir. A little bit less good than I thought it would have been. Well, that's a lot of text. 3/2 flyer. If Flamestorm Phoenix would die, return it to its owner's hand. So that's not going to happen. Until that player's next turn, that player plays with that card revealed in his or her hand and can't play it. For 6 mana? Good God. All right. In for 3? I guess? Yeah, let's go in for 3. That is so bad for 6 mana. It's back in the era of Magic when they quoted real life people. So there's some Shakespeare from King Henry VIII. 7-drop. What you got? World Breaker. Okay. That's a 5/7 reach. Thankfully, it wasn't cast, so the effect doesn't come into play, so I don't quite lose a land. But it is a 5/7 reach, which basically just turns off my board. Totally turned off. So let's drop a 7-drop, see what we can get. Zombie Brute, 5/4, amplify 1. As creature on the battlefield, put a counter on it for each zombie card. So no. So 5/4 trample. Big whoop. Pass the turn into the board stalls, which I guess is better than total run over with Vorniclex. 8-drop. What's coming down? Chroma Angel of Fury. 6/6. Flying trample protection from white and blue. It has fire breathing as well. Oh, interesting. It looks like protection is just being doubled on all the cards for some reason. It's getting the blue text, which is usually when it's being added from somewhere else. Strange. Strange. Let's drop an 8-drop of our own. Does this have haste? That's weird that it doesn't have haste. It's certainly going to attack next turn, I fully assume. 6/6. Beam your upkeep, put a counter on each creature with modular you control. So that's going to be this one. This enters the battlefield with 6 counters on it. When it dies, you may put its +1/+1 counters on target artifact creature. So it's a 6/6. And then a 7/7, then an 8, and then a 9/9. But we'll see if we actually get there or not. 8/4 trample. Pretty good. Pretty good. In for 6. Nothing we can do. I guess I could have blocked with a 3/2, but let's save that for another turn. A Chroma. Get a counter. It's a 7/7. Hooray. 8-drop. Scion of Darkness. 6/6 trample. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may put target creature from that player's blah, 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 blah. It's a 6/6 trample. So I could come in with the 7/7. He could block with a bunch of things, and then I'm staring at a crash of rhinos coming back. No, let's get in. I assume there'll just be a chump block. Oh, this Pyreheart Wolf is still alive. Oh, that needs to not be alive. That really needs to not be alive. Rhinos for the Overseer. Sure. Goodbye, counters. It was nice knowing you. Oh, that Pyreheart Wolf is going to be so gross. Because I would then have virtually 1, 2, 3 blockers. Yeah, that's a Hellkite. 6/6. Whenever it attacks, it makes a 6/6 flyer. I do believe there's going to be a game 3. I will chump now. And then I get the trigger. Oh, I don't even get the trigger. All right. 8-drop. Save me. Save me. That is called the opposite of saving me. So goodbye to the team. Swing in, and I can't block anything. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That is lethal. Everything's got menace, and there's a dragon back to block. And I can't block anything because it all is menace. Gross. All right. Game 3. That was revenge for game 1. Let's make this one a good one. I will play first. I will keep. I will play on turn 3. Drop a mountain, pass the turn. Drop a mountain, pass the turn. 2-drop, what you got? Beacon of Destiny, a 1/3. Tap. Next time a source of your choice would deal damage to you this turn, that damage is dealt to Beacon of Destiny instead. Okay, sure. 3-drop. 3-drop. Does it tussle with a 1/3? No, because it's a 1/1. But it's got Death Touch and flying, so it's a thing, I suppose. Good old flash flying Death Touch snake. Still, that 1/3 can probably just swing in with impunity. What is this? 2/2, gain 2 life. Gross. In for 1. No? Okay. I wouldn't have blocked it. 4 drop. What do we get? Goblin Clear Cutter. 3/3. Tap, sack a forest. Add 3 mana in any combination of red and or green. I will not be doing that. I could, what? On turn 6, jump up to turn 8? No, thanks. 3/2. Just a 3/2. Sure thing. No attacks? No attacks. All right. Looks like we're going to get to the late game. Let's drop a 5 drop. Get ourselves a Petrosphinx. 3/4. Tap, target player names a card, then reveals the top card of his or her library. If that card is the named card, that player puts it into his or her hand. If it isn't, the player puts it... So I have a 1 in 5 chance of getting the card off the top of my library. And actually, if I name Mountain, it's better than a 1 in 5 chance. Sky Swallower. 8/8. Target opponent gains control. Mine. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I've got a Death Touch flyer. Oh man, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Are there 11 drops? Is that the number that doesn't have anything? Let me do a quick. Oh no, of course. There's at least Darksteel Colossus. So yeah, let's make an 11 drop. I think it's 13 that there's no drop, or maybe it's 14. Pathrazor of Ulamog. I will come in for I guess nothing, right? Yeah, I guess nothing. Nothing yet. Oh, the Annihilator is going to clear his board. Oh, this is unfortunate. I have never seen most of these creatures in Momir until today. Huh. Crazy. Hopeful Eidolon. I am going to name Mountain. Oh, it was a mountain on top. I got it. Oh, man. Is this just going to be lethal? 9, 10, 11, 12. I'll take the 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It's going to be nearly lethal. Let's make a 12 drop. Maybe it's 12 that there are. No, there's certainly 12 drops. 12 drop, It That Betrays. In with the team. Annihilator 3. Empty board. That is not how Momir usually goes. I get that mountain as well. Wow. This is insane, and this is just the start of the insanity. Next match, of course, will be the Flottery, and the match after that will be Mojosto. And Centaur's Herald is going to... and Garrett concedes. Yeah, that was something. That was something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was a number of creatures I've never seen in Momir. That was fun for me, probably not so much for Garrett. But Garrett will be back for match 2, where we're going to play the Flottery. Stay tuned to find out what that is.